Good evening, I am your... Good evening, I am the adorable Miss Skybuddy, and welcome back to our roleplay version of Dragon Age Origins. Let's get back into the story with Collete. It always confuses me when the name of the save file is like a different place. I was like looking at the picture and then looking at the thing. Alright. Character. Day 3. I find myself in a state of shock and uncertainty. The last thing I remember before passing out was the pain of an arrow getting stuck in my chest. I thought I was going to die. I thought that everything that I had fought for, everything my parents died for, was for nothing. But then, suddenly I awoke in this strange cabin, and a familiar face greeted my eyes. Although the news that they brought to me is something that I scarcely can believe. Morgan, the lady we met in the woods, told us a dreadful story that Lothering betrayed King Kalen and left everyone there to die. I can't. Why? If that is true, why? Why would he do such a stupid thing? Why would he betray kingdom, country, the world, possibly? After seeing Darkspawn up close, I am not a petty child anymore. I know they are real. They are terrifying. Alistair is alive. Thank the Maker. I have not the heart to see him because I did not know these people. I just met Duncan, but I know what it's like to lose someone you love. And I don't know what to say. I don't know where we're going to go. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know. But for now, I must go talk to this Flemeth and thank her. I do not know why she saved our lives. I cannot imagine how a girl like me could do anything against what is coming. But I won't give up, and it's my duty. So, let's go see her. Oh, God.
See, here is your fellow Grey Warden. You worry too much, young man.
Oh, thank God.
You're alive. I thought you were dead for sure.
I'm fine. I appreciate your concern.
Oh, this doesn't seem real. If it weren't for Morrigan's mother, we'd be dead on top of that tower.
Do not talk about me as if I am not present, lad.
I didn't mean... But what do we call you? You never told us your name.
Names are pretty, but useless. The chastened folk call me Flemeth. I suppose it will do.
The Flemeth? From the legends? Daveth was right. You're the Witch of the Wilds, aren't you?
And what does that mean? I know a bit of magic, and it has served you both well, has it not?
So why did you save us?
Well, We cannot have all the Grey Wardens dying at once, can we? Someone has to deal with these dark
And what
spores.
are we supposed to do?
It has always been the Grey Warden's duty to unite the lands against the Blight. Or did that change when I wasn't looking?
Of course. I mean, yes, but what are we supposed to do? It changed. The land is hardly united thanks to Lothering.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would he do it?
Now that is a good question. Men's hearts hold shadows darker than any tainted creature. Perhaps he believes the Blight is an army he can outmaneuver. Perhaps he does not see that the evil
Or
behind
perhaps he is
the
a man
truth.
blighted by anger.
The archdemon.
What could the Turner hope to gain by betraying the king? We need to find this archdemon. I'm so confused right now. I don't understand. What could he
The
gain?
throne? He's the Queen's father. Still, I can't see how he'll get away with murder.
You speak as if he would be the first king to gain his throne that way. Grow up, boy.
If Al-Eamon knew what he did, he would never stand for it. The Landsmeet would never stand for it. There would be civil war.
You are Liam, the Earl of Redcliffe.
I suppose. Al-Eamon wasn't at Ostagar. He still has all his men. And he was Kaelin's uncle. I know him. He's a good man, respected in the Landsmeet. Of course, we could go to Redcliffe and appeal to him for help.
But and say he doesn't help us. What then? Everyone will see the danger the Blight poses, right? Oh God, what are we supposed? What about other Grey Wardens? Surely the other allies.
Of course. The treaties. Grey Wardens can demand aid from dwarves, elves, mages, and other places. They're obligated to help us during a blight.
Okay,
I may
clearly
be
I
old,
need.
but dwarves, elves, mages, this Al-Eamon, and who knows what else. This sounds like an army to me.
So can we do this? Go to Redcliffe and these other places and build an army?
What? Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Take one step at a time. But it is not so bad to know where those steps will lead you. Yes.
It's always been the Grey Warden's duty to stand against the Blight. And right now, we're the Grey Wardens.
And
So
we're
you are
just
separate,
two people.
ready to be Grey Wardens.
I guess I don't have a choice. But what are we supposed to do? Like, two people against a world? Anyways, thank you for your help, Plymouth.
No, thank you. You are the Grey Wardens here, not I. Now, before you go, there is yet one more thing I can offer you.
We
The
cannot
stew is
take
bubbling,
anything
Mother
more
dear.
from
Shall
you.
we have 2 guests for the eve, or none?
The Grey Wardens are leaving shortly, girl. And you will be joining them.
What?
Such a shame. What?
You heard me, girl. The last time I looked, you had ears.
What? Thank you, but if Morgan doesn't wish to join us...
Her magic will be useful. Even better, she knows the wilds and how to get past the Horde.
Have I no say in this?
You have been itching to get out of the wilds for years. Here is your chance. As for you, Wardens, consider this repayment for your lives.
What? Was this your idea all along?
Pardon me, but I had the impression that you two needed assistance.
Yes, but I
Why
don't want to
not
take a
before?
woman who clearly has
Not
no desire, want to
look a gift
go.
horse in the mouth, but won't this add to our problems? Out of the wilds, she's an apostate.
If you do not wish help from us illegal mages, young man, perhaps I should have left you on
I mean,
that
I don't
tower.
care about that.
Taken.
Mother, this is not how I wanted this. I'm not even ready.
You must be ready. Alone, these two must unite Fereldan.
Okay, can someone just stop for 1 second?
Without you,
How
they
am
will
I?
surely fail,
Well, I guess...
and all will perish under the Blight. Even I.
I understand.
And you, Wardens, do you understand? I I give you that which I value above all in this world. I do this because you must succeed.
I will do everything I can to protect her, but I don't understand. How are we supposed to unite a world? I suppose my Kuzlin name might help, but she won't come to harm with us.
Allow me to get my things, if you please.
Lloyd.
I am at your disposal, Grey Wardens. I suggest a village north of the wilds as our first destination. It is not far, and you will find much you need there. Or, if you prefer, I shall simply be your silent guide. The choice is yours.
No, I prefer you... I have absolutely no problem with your presence if Alistair doesn't. No, I prefer you speak your mind.
You will regret saying that. Dear, sweet mother, you are so kind to cast me out like this. How fondly I shall remember this moment. When I always said, if you want something done, do it yourself. Or hear about it for a decade or two afterwards.
Do you really want to take her along because her mother says so?
No, but we do need all the help we can get.
I guess you're right. The Grey Wardens have always taken allies where they could find them.
I am so pleased to have your approval.
I think we should actually have some questions.
I may have answers. Ask.
Tell me about this village to the north.
'Tis a small place of little consequence called Lothering. No more than a stop along your imperial highway where travellers purchase goods from local farms and smiths. I would go more often were it not for the town's chantry. It makes the village particularly intolerant and unpleasant for a stranger such as me.
A chantry? And they never in all this time thought that maybe you were a witch?
Oh, can we
Of course
please
they
get
have.
off with the
They
witch
even
thing?
called out their Templars once. They found nothing.
Have you never been outside of the wilds?
From time to time, I have been to the village I mentioned, watched its people, and pondered what curious beings they are. On occasion, I purchased goods from the village merchants. There I spoke with men a little. There they stared and knew me as an outsider. Mother wishes for me to expand the horizon of my experience beyond the wilds. Even she was not born here.
Well, yes. Is this what you want?
What I want is to see mountains. I wish to witness the ocean and step into its waters. I want to experience a city rather than see it in my mind. So, yes, this is what I want. Actually, leaving is harder than I thought, however. Perhaps Mother is right. It must simply be done quickly.
How are we going to get past the... No, I have no more questions.
Farewell, Mother. Do not forget the stew on the fire. I would hate to return to a burned-down hut.
Bah! 'Tis far more likely you will return to see this entire area, along with my hut, swallowed up by the Blight.
All I meant was...
Yes, I know. Do try to have fun, dear.
Well, my world just got completely turned around in a matter of 5 seconds, and I have absolutely no answers for everything that just happened. Just breathe, Collette. Breathe. I, unlike Alistair, have absolutely no problem with mages. None whatsoever. Alright, well I suppose we are off. Wherever that might be. Oh, Lloyd, it's going to be okay, I promise, my darling. If I can help it, I won't let anything happen to you, I swear. Alright. Lothering it is.
And I expect each of you to supply these men. We must rebuild what was lost at Ostagar, and quickly. There are those who would take advantage of our weakened state if we let them. We must defeat this Darkspawn incursion, but we must do so sensibly and without hesitation.
Your lordship, if I might speak. You have declared yourself Queen Anora's regent and claim we must unite under your banner for our own good. But what of the army lost at Ostagar? Your withdrawal was most fortuitous.
I'm not there, but I agree with him.
Everything I have done has been to secure Fereldan's independence. I have not shirked my duty to the throne, and neither will any of you.
The Banon will not bow to you simply because you demand it.
Understand this. I will brook no threat to this nation from you or anyone.
Bantegan, please!
Your Majesty, your father risks civil war. If Eamon were here...
Bantegan, my father is doing what is best.
Did he also do what was best for your husband, Your Majesty?
Idiot girl. Oh, what is that
Wake up,
smug
gentlemen.
grape?
More travelers to attend to. I'd guess the pretty one is the leader.
Excuse me, well at
They
least you
don't
know.
look much like them others, you know. Maybe we should just let these ones pass.
Nonsense. Greetings, travelers.
Highwaymen, preying on those fleeing the Darkspawn, I suppose.
They are fools to get in our way. I say, teach them a lesson.
You know what? I'm with
How
you,
is that
girl.
any way to greet someone? A simple 10 silvers and you're free to move on.
You've got to be kidding. You should listen to your friend. We're not refugees.
What did I tell you? No wagons, and this one looks armed.
The toll applies to everyone, Henrik. That's why it's a toll, and not, say, a refugee tax.
You're...
Oh, right. Even if you're no refugee, you still gotta pay.
You're toll collectors, then?
Indeed, for the upkeep of the Imperial Highway.
Why do
What a
I
mess,
not
isn't it?
believe you? You're fixing the highway? I think not.
Not much gets past you, I see.
It's not really a toll. We're just robbing you.
So you're robbing
Do shut
poor,
up.
innocent
A Gemlock
people.
would have understood that.
Forget it. I'm not paying.
Well, I can't say I'm pleased to hear that. We have rules, you know.
Right. We get to ransack your corpse then. Those are the rules.
Do you really want... you can certainly try.
Well, this is going nowhere. Let's finish this, gents.
Yay!
All right, we surrender. We're just trying to get by before the darkspawn get us all.
You get by! You're a criminal!
Yes, I'm a criminal. I admit it. I apologize.
I'm turning you into the authorities.
There aren't any. Just the Templars, and they'll execute me.
Then they'll do what they must. Come with me.
I'm not going down without a fight.
What complete idiots.
As you desire.
Again? Complete and utter morons! Oh, I've leveled up. I mean, I suddenly feel inspired. Let's do expert combat training, shall we? And master combat. No, that would count. 28. All right. Well, now that menace is dealt with, can't believe innocent people are preying on poor refugees. Honestly, the worst things come out when...
Well, there it is. Lothering. Pretty as a painting.
Ah, so you have finally decided to rejoin us, have you? Falling on your blade in grief seemed like too much trouble, I take it.
Is my being upset so hard to understand? Have you never lost someone important to you? Just what would you do if your mother died?
Before or after I stopped laughing.
Right, very creepy. Forget I asked.
You have been very quiet, Alistair.
Yes, I know. I was just thinking.
No wonder it took so long.
Would you leave him alone?
Oh, I get it. This is the part where we're shocked to discover how you've never had a friend your entire life.
Can you two stop babbling like a married couple?
I desire to. Alas, desiring to be more intelligent does not make it so.
Anyway, I thought we should talk about where we intend to go first.
I need to look for Fergus. He might still be alive.
He was out scouting in the wilds, wasn't he? That's what the king said.
Then attempting to look for him there would be foolish. He is either dead or he managed to flee to the north.
Very sensitive.
I am simply saying that it is foolish to mount a rescue when you have no notion where this man is and the wilds are overrun with darkspawn. You will either find him somewhere outside the wilds with other survivors or not at all.
Okay, fine, you're right. That doesn't mean... do you have... Fine, you're right. He could take care of himself. Okay, but... what are your thoughts?
This should be good.
I think what Flemeth suggested is the best idea. These treaties, have you looked at them?
Yes, I have.
There are three main groups that we have treaties for. The Dalish Elves, the Dwarves of Orzammar, and the Circle of Magi. I also still think that Arleman is our best bet for help. We might even want to go to him first.
Is there a way of contacting the Grey Wardens?
Short of leaving Fereldan to seek them out, the only place to send word to would be Weishaupt Fortress. And that's thousands of miles away.
Why are you leaving it up to me?
Well, I don't know where we should go. I'll do whatever you decide.
Now that is unsurprising.
Al-Eman is a good man, but I don't know for sure he's where we should go. I'm not going to fight about it.
Then we need to find these people.
I can give you directions if you like.
I don't need any more directions.
Then you have a plan.
I'm ready to get going.
Fair enough. Let's head into the village whenever you're ready.
Everyone is so freaking sensitive. My goodness. Those two bicker like an old married couple. I like both of them individually, but when they're together, absolutely not.
I want to go home.
Stop looking at me, mongrel. I have nothing you want.
As you desire.
Why do you keep staring at me so, you flea-ridden beast? Lovely. Can you not tell when you are not wanted?
Oh, but clearly he does
I
want.
enjoy company of creatures of the wild, not stench-ridden domesticated wolves.
Oh, he just wants to be
And
friends
he
with me.
persists.
You there. If you're looking for safe shelter, I'll warn you. There's none to be found.
That's fine, I'm not.
Move on if you can. Lothering's lost.
I was I was looking for some news, actually.
You might find that, though it's probably just frightened gossip. We've had refugees streaming from the south for the last 2 days. The Chantry and Tavern are full to bursting. There simply isn't enough food to go around, and we Templars can barely keep order. You'd be better off elsewhere, my friend.
Thank you for the warning.
Best of luck wherever you might go.
All right. Oh, no.
Ah, look how they moan and wail and gnash their teeth. 'Tis sad to watch how helplessly they scurry about.
Oh, no. Did you lose your mother?
Have you seen my mother?
Oh, you poor thing. Did you and your mother get
Some men
separated?
with swords came, and Mother told me to run to the village as fast as I could, so I did. She said she'd be right behind me, but I've been waiting and
Poor
waiting, and I
darling.
can't see her.
Come with me. I'll help you look for your mother.
Mother said I wasn't to go with anyone. I'm supposed to wait for her here, in the village.
Oh, darling. Do you know where your father is?
He went with William to the neighbours yesterday, but he didn't come back.
I don't think she's coming, child.
Why not? Why would she leave me here?
I don't think she meant to leave you.
But she must be coming.
You can't stand here forever. What if she doesn't show?
I don't know. Maybe I should go home and look for her.
I'll take you to your farmhold if you like.
No, I'm big enough to go myself. The mean men must be gone by now.
What if he... Oh, no. Where is his farmstead? Oh, gosh. I'm so... No. Oh, bloody hell. I should just follow him, but he just disappeared.
Charge what I wish.
You profit from their misfortune. I should have the Templars give away everything in your carts.
You wouldn't dare. Any of you step too close to my goods and I'll...
It's so nice to see everyone working together in a crisis. Warms the heart.
Oh, you there. You look able. Would you care to make a tiny profit helping a beleaguered businessman?
You dare. Why would I want to help you?
Didn't I mention profit?
And didn't I mention that I don't need
Outlandish
profit?
prices for things people desperately need. Their blood is filling his pockets.
'Tis only survival of the fittest. All of these cretins would do the same in his shoes, given the chance.
I have limited supplies. The people decide what those supplies are worth to them.
You bought most of your wares from these very people last week. Now they flee for their lives, and you want to talk business?
Look, stranger, I've 100 silvers if you drive this rabble off, starting with that priest. I'm an honest merchant, nothing more.
You don't think you're being unscrupulous?
Would it help these folks if they could buy no goods at all?
They spend their very last coin because they are desperate, And this man preys upon them as surely as the bandits outside the city.
I'm not arguing anymore. Drive off this woman and get your 100 silvers. Otherwise, I'm taking my wagon and leaving.
Lower your price. Lower your prices or then go if that's what you wish.
I hope the Darkspawn choke on your cheap hides.
I suppose it couldn't be helped. Maker help us all.
No one cares about my decisions.
All right.
Hello?
As if we needed more fighting here.
Sister.
Don't you see how scared everyone is?
Now that's dedication.
What is going
Legions
on?
of evil are on your doorstep. They will feast upon our hearts. There is nowhere to run. This evil will cover the world like a plague of locusts. Please, you're scaring the children. Better to slit their throats now than let them suffer at Darkspawn hands. There! One of their minions is already amongst us. This woman bears their evil stench. Can you not see
Oh,
the
he
vile
deserves to get
blackness
punched.
that fills her?
Why don't you keep your voice? Watch where you throw your accusations.
Please stop! Somebody shut his mouth!
But isn't he right? The band left us. We're going to die.
This minion is but the first of those who will destroy us!
That, you poor man, what happened to you?
My family, my clan, those creatures butchered them all. Some of us fled here, but we cannot escape the Darkspawn!
It must have been horrible. How did you escape?
I ran, hearing my wife's screams as they dragged her off. She had hair the same color as yours.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. You are not honoring her death by acting like this.
Are you calling me a coward?
No, of course not.
I am shamed. But the monsters will take you all. The blackness will come.
He was right, wasn't he? There's no hope for us.
There's always hope. Muster your courage.
You're right. We can't give up.
But we can't fight. What are we supposed to do?
We can't lie down and die either. We must go north to Denerim. Darkspawn will feast on your living hearts. They will take your children.
If you seek refuge in the Chantry, there's simply no room left.
Then I shall go.
Make her watch over you.
Alright, I guess we're not going in there. Even though I wasn't seeking refuge, I'm really worried about that boy. I hope he's alright.
Lovely.
Boy, check our inventory. I suppose you can hold that now. Please be careful with it. It's very precious to me.
Greetings to you, my lady. If it isn't too much to ask, might you be able to spare some bread?
What happened to you?
We thought it would be safer in Lothering, that the Terran would bring his soldiers here. but bandits attacked us and took everything. Our food, our clothes, my daughter's pet lamb.
Oh no, I'm so
Nobody
sorry,
cares about a
darling.
few elves. Can you help us?
I met those bandits. They're dead now.
You killed them?
That's wonderful news. Perhaps our belongings are still there.
I can't thank you enough, friend. Even if we don't get everything back, it's good to know others will be safe.
I have a wonder, Alistair, if you will indulge me.
Do I have a choice?
Of the two of you that remain, are you not the senior Grey Warden here? I find it curious that you allow another...
I asked the same question!
You find that curious, do you?
In fact, you defer to a new recruit. Is this the policy of the Grey Wardens, or simply a personal one?
What do you want to hear? That I prefer to follow? I do.
You sound so very defensive.
Couldn't you crawl into a bush somewhere and die? That would be great, thanks.
You honestly.
Hello, stranger. I don't suppose you know anyone that can make traps.
Sorry, I can't make traps.
I didn't mean to bother you. Sorry.
No worries, I don't know how to make traps, unfortunately. I know how to make poison. Don't ask where I learned it. Oh, did you find your...
Mother says we have to run before the bad men get here.
You look the same.
You got a bed for the night. You taken care of.
Well, actually, I was more hoping I could help you.
Don't need blades right now. We need beds, food, and an end to all these sad sots. I don't suppose you know anything of tonics, medicines, or herbs.
I don't, but my friend does.
Then you may be able to do us a lot of good. All manner of travellers come through, many injured or sick. We do our best, but we're out of supplies. There's medicinal herbs in the woods to the north. If you make a few poultices, I'll scrape together some sort of payment. I'll write all you need to know in this note here.
That seems easily enough. Alright, let us go to the inn, I suppose.
I'm scared. When are we
Got a
going
cousin in
home?
the Templars.
no.
He says the mages in the tower out on Lake Callanhod are all turning into demons.
They always say that, though.
Well, this time it's true. They're not sure what...
Go here and see if anyone has any information.
Well, look what we have here then. I think we've just been blessed.
Uh-oh. Loghain's men. This can't be good.
Didn't we spend all morning asking about a woman by this very description?
What?
And everyone said they
Beautiful.
hadn't seen her.
Blue eyes, blonde hair.
Gentlemen, surely there's no need for trouble. These are no doubt simply more poor souls seeking refuge.
They're more than that. Now stay out of our way, sister. You protect these traitors, you'll get the same as them.
Let's talk about things before they get out of hand.
I doubt he would listen. He blindly follows his master's commands.
I am not the blind one. I served at Ulstergar, where the Tern saved us from the Grey Warden's treachery.
Grey Warden's treachery?
Enough talk. Take the Warden into custody. Kill this sister.
You would kill an innocent sister.
Right, let's make this quick.
What is your problem? What is your actual problem?
Good. They've learned their lesson and we can all stop fighting now.
Take a message to Logain.
What do you want to tell him?
He'll pay for what he's done. We're coming for him.
I'll tell him right away. Now, thank you.
I apologize for interfering, but I couldn't just sit by and not help.
I appreciate what you tried to do.
I am glad you found it in your heart to offer those men mercy. Let me introduce myself. I am Liliana, one of the lay sisters of the Chantry here in Lothering. Oh, I was.
I am Collete. A pleasure.
Those men said you're a Grey Warden. You will be battling the Darkspawn, yes? That is what Grey Wardens do. I know after what happened, you will need all the help you can get. That's why I'm coming along.
Why is so everyone... Why so eager to come?
The Maker told me to.
Can you elaborate?
I know that sounds absolutely insane, but it's true. I had a dream. A vision.
More crazy? I thought we were all full up.
Look at the people here. They are lost in their despair, and this darkness, this chaos, will spread. The Maker doesn't want this.
No, of course he doesn't.
What you are meant to do is the Maker's work. Let me help.
You feel sorry for the people. Help them here.
Then what? What happens when the Horde comes? It will follow anywhere we flee until all we know is destroyed.
I suppose we're stronger when we stand together.
Perhaps your skull was cracked worse than Mother thought.
Thank you. I appreciate being given this chance. I will not let you down.
I don't actually know if Lloyd needs stamina or not. Hello!
You're gonna make more trouble? We've about all we can stand in Lothering now.
Sorry about that. I'm not here to make trouble.
Well, those boys were trouble themselves, to tell the truth.
Right then, name's Denial. Sorry I can't chat much. As you see, we've a full house.
Who were those men I fought exactly?
When Logain marched by, he left those fellas behind to look for Grey Wardens. I suppose that's you.
You... Of course not.
Fair enough. What can I get you then?
Are we going?
Luck speed your way.
I heard what you did with the other merchant. Got what he deserved. Was I still don't have food to sell?
Show me what you've got. Oh, thank goodness. I have so many things. Alright, can you... Ah! That, and that, and that, and this, and these, 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 and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this will keep our Kuzlin's shield. And this, and this, and this, and this, and this. I hope to eventually be able to make traps, so there's that. Blackstone Liaison, what's that?
As I live and breathe, you're the Grey Warden everyone's been talking.
Everyone? Is there something I can do for you?
I represent the Blackstone Irregulars. We're a mercenary company that fell on hard times after the war with Orlais. I'm sure you know that times are getting worse every day. With your help, the Irregulars could be of use to Fereldan once more.
What? Why should I help you?
The Blackstone Irregulars fought alongside the King's army against Orlais. We've helped nobles defend their land and given our service to people in need for generations. Our current captain, Raelmore, is an honourable man who sees that we can do some good in Fereldan once more. He is so confident in our mission that he trusted the Grey Wardens would support us.
How can I help?
Our leaders thought you might be willing to help. Each of our posts in Fereldan will contain letters addressed to you. Unlike most who work with us, you're getting letters straight from Raelnor and Tauran, our leaders. I hope this tells you how highly the Irregulars regard the Grey Wardens.
I'll take a look.
Thank you. When you've completed a mission, just return to me or any of our members stationed at an Irregulars post. We'll make sure your efforts are rewarded. Maker's blessings light your path.
And you. And so many. All right.
Of course.
Pardon me?
So Terran Logain is the new regent, isn't that?
How dare you accuse me of thievery? I saw you take the supplies from my car. Your grassland eyes are inept. A chastened would never stoop to petty theft. You marsh folk are all thieves and liars. Enough! People here are already desperate and frightened.
Are we
They
done
don't
with
need
this,
you
please?
two coming to blows.
It may not be
What
here
about
later,
my
should we leave
food?
now?
I said enough!
Well, all right then. Hello?
You aren't one of my captors. I will
No.
not amuse you any more than I have the other humans. Leave me in peace.
What are you?
A prisoner. I'm in a cage, am I not? I've been placed here by the Chantry. I am Sten of the Beresad, the vanguard of the Kunari peoples.
And I am Collette. Pleased to meet
You
you.
mock me. Or you show manners I have not come to expect in your lands. Though it matters little now. I will die soon enough.
This is a proud and powerful creature trapped as prey for the Darkspawn. If you cannot see a use for him, I suggest releasing him for mercy's sake alone.
Mercy? I wouldn't have expected that from you.
I would also suggest that Alistair take his place in the cage.
Yes, that's what I would have expected.
I suggest you leave me to my fate.
I find myself in need of skilled help.
No doubt. What help do you seek?
I am sworn to defend the land against the Blight.
The Blight? Are you a Grey Warden, then?
Yes.
Surprising. My people have heard legends of the Grey Warden's strength and skill. Though I suppose not every legend is true.
Would the revered mother let you free?
Perhaps if you told her the Grey Wardens need my assistance, it seems as likely to bring my death as waiting here.
Or I could just pick the lock.
Farewell, then.
Eaten alive by Darkspawn. That's cruel. I wonder why the revered mother's so afraid of him.
How about I just, pick the lock?
As you desire.
So it is done. I will follow you into battle. In doing so, I shall find my atonement.
Thank you, Stan. Glad to have you with us.
May we proceed? I am eager to be elsewhere.
Very well.
Yes.
Although, wait, I think I just sold everything. Well, I have hell. There, you look absolutely smashing, darling. Perfect.
Couldn't
just get along. No. Run while you can. I see. It's a fight. Hurry up.
Try that again.
Right then.
Yeah.
I'll bring you back.
For it.
Try something.
Oh my. Of course. You will learn to fear me.
I honestly think this does more damage.
Another battle, of course.
Nera Coston.
Really good here. So you know.
Oh my gosh, darling, you are really hurt. I am a bloody idiot and you can yell at me all you want, please. Just do it gently, nicely. Sorry. Can't see their bodies in the ground like this. It looks like I got them all. Let's write in our diary, shall we? Yeah, just pause for a moment. Let me update my thoughts.
What shall we do here?
That's a lot of spider.
I go.
Supposed to mean.
And so I shall. As you desire. Of course. Now we get our hands dirty.
Nice shot, Morgan. I love it. Absolutely wonderful.
And so I shall.
There's nothing over here. Were you able to make... This must be the bandits they were talking about.
adore this. I would like
Maker!
Oh, I have some blood on me.
No, how dare they?
Dear me, what's all the fuss? Oh, this should be good.
Okay, so I do 14 damage.
Run while you can.
That's right, don't mess with the lady. Oh, not a fire. Alright, that does 14 damage. What does this do? 17. I really don't think that's good enough for how much faster we go.
You performed as I expected.
Thank you. Wait.
Couldn't we all just get along?
Was that an insult or a compliment? I'm not actually entirely sure. I pinned you! Good show, boys and girls.
As you desire.
Wow! Well, we found something for you after all. It's like they were sitting around just to give that to you. Ooh, and they have a chest.
Well, all right.
I don't really know why they block it. It's not like it's going to do anything for them.
Of course.
Oh. Hold your position.
As you desire. Well, all right. Blast! And so I shall. Let us end this!
Get off! Get off! Get off! Blocked? Wonderful job, gentlemen.
Of course.
I think that might be everything.
Away with you, foul creatures! Leave us alone!
Oh no!
So I shall.
That's a lot! Morgan, if you would be so kind.
Begin the
you hit that? Hold up. Sorry, Alistair. I'm really, really sorry I didn't notice.
Mighty timely arrival there, my friend. I'm much obliged.
You're welcome.
The name's Bodon Feddick, merchant and entrepreneur. This here is my son, Sandal. Say hello, my boy.
Hello.
Road's been mighty dangerous these days. Mind if I ask what brings you out here? Perhaps we're going the same way.
It's a bit... I doubt you'd want... it's a bit complicated, but you're welcome to come along.
Complicated? Somehow I imagine that only says half of it. Thank you for the offer, but there may be more excitement on your path than is good for my boy and me. Allow me to bid you farewell and good fortune.
And you, good sir.
Now then, let's get this mess cleaned up, shall we?
Alright, I believe we cleared out pretty much all of the... Yes, we've got all of the bandits, so they should be safe for a little while. Yay, I love myself some ice arrows. Fascinating.
We done heard what was said. You're a warden. I don't know if you killed King Kalen, and make her forgive me, I don't care. But that bounty on your head could feed a lot of hungry bellies. Attack!
What? I don't want to kill innocent people. Oh my gosh. What are you doing, Collette? That went flying over his head, Collette. Idiots. Absolute idiots. More people having to die because of stupid rumors.
Oh, that's the creature they locked up in the...
Have any luck finding herbs in the woods?
When they killed those
Yes, I did.
This will help many people. You're a good sort, you know.
Yes, I already knew that, but thank you.
What will happen to us now that the king is dead?
That marshman stole from me. I know it.
Mother says we have to run.
So let's
the
tell one among us mine as well.
Mother know you freak.
I'd rather talk
Because your mother a scary witch who lives in the middle of a forest. Much more interesting.
To you, perhaps, you would find the moss growing upon a stone interesting.
You know what's more interesting than that? Apostates, mages outside of the tower. That's illegal, you know.
You did not read that in a book somewhere, did you? I hope the small letters did not
we
say
knew
it.
it wrong.
That works for me.
I hear those bandits are back again.
Nate,
Why don't the
greetings, my lady.
Where does this locket go?
to us terrible things did.
Hello, you ladies.
I am led to understand that the Kunari have their own mages as well. Is this so?
You would not understand.
Let him take notice and shine upon thee, for thou hast done his work this day.
All right. I unfortunately
brought my family to Lothering because I thought it would be safe.
I hear those bandits are back again.
As if we needed more fighting here. Don't you see how
As
scared
if we
everyone
needed
is?
more fighting here. Don't you see how scared everyone is?
What are you doing in the
Mother says we have to run before the
Does
band.
the revered mother know you framed that creature?
Would you stop it? He is a man and a person just like anybody else. He is not a creature. Honestly. Well, I talked to like pretty much everyone here, and I can't find who this locket belongs to, so I'm sorry, but I guess we just have to move on. Alright, well, we're going to move on, and we're going to leave our episode here. A little jot through Lothering. I hope you liked it. If you did, please hit the like button, and make sure to follow me on Twitch and YouTube. I'm really trying to grow my YouTube and do more. It's a lot more freeing and fun to do the YouTube. I do love chat, but I can do roleplay things like this, and it's definitely a different experience, and I'm really enjoying it, so I hope you do too. Anyways, toodaloo!